I'm Nitin from Mysuru. Today I'm going to share my experience of my trip to North Coorg. People call North Coorg as the Scotland of India, but I'm sure after watching this video you're going to say that Coorg is much more beautiful than Scotland. In this itinerary you are going to enjoy mountains, waterfalls, reserve forests, reservoirs, hanging bridges and a lot others. South Coorg itself is another itinerary which also has a lot of mountains. The Tadianda Mall is the highest peak of Coorg and the waterfalls, Nagrobale Forest. I am going to talk about it in another video. Coorg is not a town as when you Google, but actually it is a district and Madikeri is the town and the headquarters. In fact, Kodagu is the precise name of Coorg where the Kodava people live, and the excellent thing about Kodavas is that almost every family has a member in Kodava regiment of Indian Army. Kushannagar is the entry point of Coorg and a town with rich culture. It has very famous temples of Lord Ganesha in the Bastang circle of Kushannagar and the Kodmarama temple. Every year there is a Rath Yatra of Lord Shri Ganesh with a unique coconut breaking ritual.
This is just the beginning. Incredible. And you can also see there the Rath. Pulling the Rath has started. Jai Shri Ganesh.
And the famous Kerala Chandamelam you get to see here. This itinerary I have designed for Bangaloreans as per the suggestions I have got. This trip is of 2 days and another 6 hours of drive. I suggest you to take this trip in rainy season so that you can enjoy the rains in Kodagu. And you have to avoid the weekends because the rainy season weekends are heavily crowded by the people from Kerala, Mysore, Hassan and Mangalore etc. places. The 6 hours of drive you can start after your office time and see that if you are from Yeshwantpur or Yelahanka places, you take the Nelamangala, Kunigal, Chandrayapatna and Arkalgud Kushannagar route. In case if you stay somewhere near Kengeri, then I suggest you the NH 275, that is Mandya Mysore Kushannagar route. And in case if you are living somewhere near the Electronic City, JP Nagar or Whitefield, then I suggest you to take the Kanpura, Malavalli, Mysore, Kushannagar road. Mysore to Kushannagar road is a beautiful road. However, as of now in 2020, the road condition is not so good. When you reach Kushannagar, see that it is approximately 10 PM in the night, and I suggest you to stay at Maharaja Resorts because I had stayed in this resort. The resort has a very good parking space, very clean and beautiful rooms. It has a very good swimming pool and the people are really good, and the restrictions are not there as you find in many accommodations. The next day, see that you wake up early and go to Golden Temple because the temple will be open early in the morning. And in the Golden Temple, you can shop for the accessories. I love some buying keychains there. And from here, you have to go to Chikli Hole Check Dam, and it's a very beautiful place. The Attur forest is extremely thick forest. It's a very beautiful scenic views you get here. From Chikli Hole, you have to now get into rafting at Dubare, and if you need good rafters, I know very good rafters from Rishikesh who come to Dubare in the season, and see that you take a lot of pics with the elephants. After your rafting, now it would be the time for your lunch, and I suggest you a military hotel where you get very tasty food and the Buddhist monks, they thrive here on Sundays. This hotel is on IB Road, just behind the Ganesha temple. The temple is located in the heart of Kushannagar, the bus stand circle. After your lunch, now it is time for you to reach Harangi Dam, and you have to take the route via Kudi Gate. The reason is there is again a hanging bridge at Kudi Gate, and in Harangi Dam you enjoy the gardens because they are very newly built, and you have to reach very nearer to the gates, and if the gates are open, you'll experience the adventure. And then you have to also take the pics on the Harangi Dam bridge because if the gates are open, the water level will be very near to the bridge. Now see if the time when you are leaving Harangi, if it is around 3 o'clock, then you can enjoy the Harangi backwaters. Ask for the people Herur backwaters and you will get a very scenic views here. From Harangi Dam, the next place for you is Nisargadhama. When you are reaching Nisargadhama from Harangi, you'll get Anikodu on the left side and on the right side beautiful coffee estates. In Nisargadhama, see that you take your children into the waters. They will enjoy. Have to do shopping of chocolates. I don't think they are worthy enough. If you buy a good chocolate base, you can prepare good chocolates at your home. Once you are out of Nisargadhama, see that it is approximately 5:30 in the evening, and now it is time for you to enjoy a beautiful coffee. For that, I suggest you not the coffee cafes that you find on the highway, but you need to get into the coffee estates, knock the doors of the local people, ask them to prepare coffee for you. The Kodwa people will surely receive with a lot of smiles. The coffee and the wine that you find in the shops may not be genuine, so just make sure that you are buying a good wine and the coffee seeds or the coffee powder in case if you are buying. After your coffee, see that you do not rush to your accommodation, but enjoy the narrow roads of the coffee estates. Doesn't matter even if it is dark, enjoy the narrow roads. The drive will be adventurous drive for you. And then when you reach the accommodation, do not forget to enjoy the fire camp and do not forget the barbecue of Desi Murgi. We here in Karnataka call it as Nati Kodi and the Telugu people call it as Nadu Kodi. I will get you the Nadu Kodi barbecue if you wish. Just comment to this video. The next day for you is Great Mandali Falls. You have to start around 7 o'clock and you have to reach Somwarpet via there is beautiful natural gold fields. There is a natural Nandi temple. And you have to enjoy the Kodava Desi village food when you reach the Somwarpet. From Somwarpet, the higher altitudes of Coorg starts and you will enjoy the cloudy mountains and there will be lot of small waterfalls when you are going on this road. It is Shantalli to Malladi Falls road. In the Malladi Falls, you have to enjoy a lot of time. See that you take extra dresses because at Malladi Falls you will be fully wet. And from Malladi you have to now reach Pushpagiri temple, a hilltop temple. From the temple again you can trek to the peak of Kumara Parvata, which is the third highest mountain in Karnataka and the second highest peak of Kodagu. South of Kodagu and Kumara Parvata is the second highest peak which is the north of Kodagu. At Pushpagiri temple you can get a variety of pujas done. After Pushpagiri, the next spot for you is Surlabi waterfalls. This is a waterfall which is live only in the rainy season. It's a very beautiful waterfalls and you need to spend some time here. And next spot for you is Abhi waterfalls, which you have to reach via Garhwale, Madhapur. From Garhwale, if you take right, you can reach Kotepetta. Again, Kotepetta is at a height of 5,350 feet above sea level. But for this itinerary, you will not find time to reach Kotepetta. From Surlabi to Abhi Falls, the roads are very curly and see see that you shoot lot of videos. There are extremely beautiful roads and lot of coffee estates with the silver oak. After you enjoy the beautiful curly roads, you reach the Abbi Falls. And Abbi Falls itself takes more than an hour here. Abbi Falls is in the midst of the forest. Once you come back from Abbi Falls, you have to reach Omkareshwar Temple, which is an centuries old ancient temple. It has a beautiful Kalyani, the temple pond. And after taking blessings from Omkareshwar, you have to reach Raja Seat and the beautiful Madikeri Fort. At Raja Seat, you can take a lot of pictures. It has a beautiful garden, a lot of flowers. And the Raja Seat is the edge of the Western Ghats. From there, you can see the slopes. And behind the Raja Seat, you surely will get the plains with clouds and also the mountains of Talkaveri also you can see. After you have enjoyed Raja Seat and the fort, now it is time for you to enjoy some chats. So I suggest you Masala Puri, the Pani Puri stall, which is right in front of Haveri Mahal Theatre in the mid of Madikeri town. It is very tasty and you must enjoy it. After that, take a coffee and start the drive towards Bangalore and see that you reach Babura and Koglur, that is in Srirangapatna, for your dinner to enjoy tastiest non-veg dinner. So approximately you may reach Bangalore by 12 midnight. So this was the itinerary of North Coorg. The other places that you can reach in this itinerary if you add 1 to 2 days are Sidilu Mallikarjuna Temple. If you reach the hilltop, you'll get 360-degree view, a beautiful scenic view, and Kotepeta, and then the Herur backwaters. And lastly, the beautiful Mandalpatti. But to reach Mandalpatti, now you can reach only by the local taxis. Now about shopping in Madikeri, see that when you reach the Gude Hosuru, you surely purchase these items if you are running some business like a hotel or some kind of shop. You'll surely enjoy this place. If you like the video, then give it a thumbs up. If you find this itinerary informative, do share with your relatives and colleagues. If you want to explore more hidden gems, do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. See you in the next video on South Coorg. Namaste.